Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video. Now, in today's video, I have got another exotic item to show you guys. Now, apologies, this one's actually a little bit late going up. This was for sale at Zur a couple of weeks back, but I was in Japan during the kind of Christmas New Year period, so I've only had a chance to just get back and kind of like finish leveling this item up. So, better late than never, still going to bring this to you guys to show you why this item is so damn cool. So, the item I am talking about is, in fact, if I bring up my character screen, take off my helmet so I can actually equip it and then put this on. It is an exotic gauntlet called Don't Touch Me. Now, you may already know what this does, but for those of you who don't, I still want to sort of show you what it has and show you exactly why you want to be using this. So first up, if we jump in, you can see from this angle, you don't actually see the best bit about it. In fact, sort of like looking on the left side of your hunter, it kind of makes it look a bit boring. It looks almost the same as the Vanguard gauntlets that you can buy, but in actual fact, it's not. In fact, before I talk about this, let me just quickly jump out and start dancing, and you can actually see in the open world what it looks like. You can see on the left shoulder, no sorry, the right, I don't know my left and right, on the right shoulder you can see that it has a sort of like a massive, almost like scarab beetle kind of claw on the shoulder, has some sort of like purple bands wrapped around, and also on the forearm it's got these two claws as well. So it does look pretty cool. The annoying thing is those parts of the armor don't actually seem to sort of like care about the color of your shader, so no matter what you do always have a blue and purple bit on your armor. So if you are going to use these, and like me you do care about matching up your shaders, then you're probably going to want to pick a blue shader. But anyway, this is not a fashion show, this is an exotic weapon showcase, or an exotic armor piece showcase. So let's jump back into this and take a look at it. So first up, obviously you have your usual kind of stuff. You have special weapon loader, increase the reload speed of all special weapons, your usual upgrade to defense, Inverse Shadow, increased super energy gained from killing minions of the darkness, but this next perk here, Defensive Reflex. Taking damage from a melee attack makes you briefly invisible. So let's go and take a look at this in action quickly, and then I'll talk about just how it can sort of like be used, and also the best kind of sort of hunter setup to use it with. So let's go over here, find some low levels, and just have him punch me in the face. There we go. So as you can see, he just punched me in the face and I've gone invisible. Now I do actually have the perk on my Blade Dancer subclass tree to make me sort of invisible for a little bit longer. But again, if I run up here and let them sort of punch me in the face, come on, someone hit me. There we go. And I go invisible again. So you can see there doesn't appear to be like an on-screen kind of timer or sort of like a cooldown for me to be able to use this. So again, if I run in quite close and sort of see if I can get this done again, you can see that I do pretty much go invisible anytime I'm hit. So that is really, really useful. So let me just run away from here for a second, get to a safety spot and talk about this a little bit more. So you now know if you take a melee hit, then you go invisible with this piece of armor equipped, which is really, really handy. But how do you make the most of it? So first up, what I want to do is I want to jump over here to my Blade Dancer subclass and show you what my setup is. In fact, I haven't actually optimized this fully just yet, but grenades don't matter too much. In fact, they don't really sort of like affect this at all. Double jump again doesn't matter. This one will, but I'll come back to this in a second. First up, we're going to go and start with Blink Strike. So the idea, or what you kind of want to do with the set, is turn this piece of armor and this subclass into a kind of like complete invisibility tree, complete invisibility set, whereby you can be invisible as much as possible. So first up, what I've got is I've got Blink Strike, which is your melee attack, but if you select the second bubble, Escape Artist, hitting an enemy with Blink Strike grants brief invisibility. So right now, I can stab an enemy and I will turn invisible, and I can also get hit by an enemy and I will turn invisible. Two ways to go invisible. Next up, if we go over here, you'll see Shadowjack increases the duration of invisibility effects. So it doesn't matter whether I've stabbed an enemy or I've been hit, anytime I'm invisible, the duration will be much longer. Then if I go over to here, you'll see Stalker means that when I crouch, I can go invisible. So right now, I have three methods of going invisible: getting hit, stabbing someone, and crouching. Then if I go back over here to Arc Blade, which is my super, and I actually use this one down here, Vanish, now, when I have my super, if I press right trigger, I will also disappear. So with this setup right here, I now have 4 ways to go invisible. I can get hit, I can stab someone, I can crouch, and I can use my super. If I really wanted to take it to the next level, I could even use the Patience and Time. Now this is my newly acquired one from the raid. I haven't actually leveled this one up just yet, so it doesn't actually work. But normally, if you have the perk down here, then when you scope in with this weapon, it also turns you invisible. So that would be the ultimate way to kind of like go invisible, because then I would have 5 different methods to do the same thing, all of which would allow me to stay invisible for longer thanks to Shadowjack. So that is the optimal setup, and that is how you should use it. But let me show you something a little bit better and slightly more relevant to the DLC. Now, to those of you that have already been here, this will no doubt be familiar, but to everyone else that hasn't done the raid, I am currently at the very beginning of Crota's End raid. This is the Abyss, and in order to get through this bit, you need to work your way to different lamps, and you then have to avoid all the kind of like hundreds and thousands of thrall down here, get yourself to the bridge at the end, and summon the bridge. Now, ordinarily you would do this with a team, But with this gauntlet here, with this exotic gauntlet, I can solo this. And I don't even have to do anything fancy. I'm not even going to have to sprint. In fact, I can just walk straight up to this lamp up here, as you can see over this. And the Thrall's going to run towards me, and he's going to hit me. Now, as soon as he hits me, I'm going to go invisible. Well, he missed, but as soon as the next one hits me, come on, there we go. Invisible, so now I'm just going to walk through. In fact, I didn't even have to run. I am sprinting right now, but I wouldn't have to. And then as soon as it wears off, I'm going to go and look for the next lamp, let these guys hit me, and I'm invisible again. As you can see there. Now, if I did want to speed this up, I could obviously also melee them myself, and I could also crouch at certain sort of like circumstances. If, for example, it's going to get kind of hectic, or there's an area where there's going to be sort of a lot of enemies, then I could like pre-crouch and go invisible prior to that. But to be honest, I don't really need to. You know, I walk this far. They're currently looking for me and I'm invisible. By the time I go invisible again, they're going to start sort of chasing me. And as soon as they finish chasing me, they're going to hit me again and I'm going to go invisible. So I don't really need to worry too much. Now, I'm going to run up this hill and then I'm going to sort of like keep working my way through the whole thing. Now, I'm going to spare you guys the entire sort of journey because I no doubt you've seen this in many streams before, many sort of videos before, but what I will do is quickly fast forward to the end just so you can see me at the bridge and just so you can sort of see how you could solo the whole thing. Then as you can see here, now I'm at the very, very last lamp, and what I'm going to do is, in order to solo this, you see that rock there, that's where you want to see, or that's where you want to be, so you want to lose as much of the weight of darkness as you can, so that way you can jump up onto that rock, and then as you can see here, the lamp's about to go orange, so I'm going to run through here, activate the circle, and then as soon as it's activated, I'm going to jump up on this rock, like so, jump up here, and this way the Thrall can't get to me. And all I need to do is sit and wait for the ogres to arrive. You do want to be careful when the ogres arrive because obviously they can shoot you, so just jump to dodge their bullets. But if you've got something like an icebreaker, you can obviously try and lose them as quickly as possible. And also watch out for the cursed Thrall that will appear down below you, because obviously if they explode, then the explosive radius might actually, or the splash damage might still get you. But there you go, there's the first ogre, so I'm going to try and get him in a stun lock. Oh, no you don't. There we go, he's down. That's the first one. Make sure my icebreaker reloads in time, and then I will get the second one. The only thing you do need to bear in mind when using these, when you're being chased by hundreds of Thrall, the main thing you want to know is that if all the Thrall jump at you, typically they will still hit you. So if you're being chased by, say, 10, 15 Thrall, and all of them do a jump attack at you at the same time, it doesn't matter if the first one hits you and you go invisible, because the fact that they've all jumped, they are still going to hit you, and you can still die even though you're invisible and they can't see you. So do still bear that in mind. If you're trying to solo this, you do still want to sort of turn around occasionally and try and sort of pick off some of the Thrall, but for the most part, you'll be alright. And there you have it. The way ahead is now clear, so all I need to do is run down here. Surprising that the second ogre didn't actually spawn, but then I did obviously kind of like run past a lot of the Thrall. The main thing you want to bear in mind when you're trying to solo this, if you can avoid as many of the enemies as possible and they don't chase you too much, then invariably when you get to the end you won't actually have as much of a kind of like ordeal facing the enemies. So now I'm just going to run down here, run to the light, and that is the very first section of the raid completely soloed, all thanks to my invisibility. I didn't in fact even need to use my super to turn myself invisible, nor did I need to stab any enemies or even crouch. I just did this all by being hit by the enemy Thrall. So that brings me to the end of this video. The only other thing I would probably say about this item is I really wish, instead of being called Don't Touch Me, that it was called Can't Touch This, which is a lyric from the MC Hammer song, and then I wish every single time you got hit, this happened.
You can't touch this.
If only that happened, that would make this item the best item in the game. But alas, that's not going to happen, so that brings me to the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you found it helpful, and if you weren't sure about this item, then hopefully this has now convinced you. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button, that like button down below to show your support. That does really help us out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming videos and much more Destiny content. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have picked up this item, and if you haven't, then what are you doing? Why have you not picked it up? But let me know down below what you think of it, and thank you very much again for watching. Take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.